Just introduce you?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome to today's team call, Melody's team call. We get the honor to hear what Melody likes to share with us today. Everybody, she doesn't need no introduction, but yours truly, Melody Riva.
Wow. Well, again, it's Thursday already, and I don't know if the week went by as fast for you as it did for me, but wow, busy, busy, busy. It's been an exciting busy, and I am really glad when we get to come together and I get to hear from everybody and share a little bit of what I've been hearing from the team, our family, and maybe giving answers to some of the questions that I hear all the time. So I'm really glad to see you all here. There is a live link posted underneath the video for those of you who are watching on the watch link. As people pop off of here, you'll be able to join us live because we can only fit 10 people on here at a time. But I'm real excited to be able to share with you guys. I don't know if you guys were on the Q&A. You should have been on the Q&A last night. There has been a lot of talk and a lot of requests on Melody. We want information on what you say to people and the role play thing, how we were talking about role playing, and maybe handling some objections, because I think the one thing that holds us back from really talking to people and sharing with people is that fear of rejection. So I kind of wanted to go over a few of the objections, not rejections, objections that you guys get when you're sharing too, to maybe give you the ability to gain the posture and how to approach that person, how to talk to that person. So first thing I want to say, if you guys are getting objections, if you're sharing with somebody for the first time and you're just getting to know them and they have an objection of why they don't want to look or don't have time, whatever that is, I'll tell you, you're saying way too much. That's just the bottom line. Objections only come if you're giving too much information. I'll tell you, how many times has somebody given you a gift, a birthday present, for instance, and you took that birthday present and you said, okay, and set it on the table and never opened it? Well, if we're treating unlimited profits and this opportunity and the training and the mentoring as a gift, and we're letting people know this is a gift from me to you, this really helped me, how can somebody have an objection to that? Yes, there will be some people that won't see value in it because they'll never look. I guarantee you, if they look, they're going to see the value. So, number one, you can't get an objection if you're not saying too much. I kind of want to open this up and open it up for discussion with people. Excuse me. And hear what you guys have to say, and then maybe we'll get some volunteers, maybe do a little bit of role play. I kind of wanted to do it in Facebook and just in the messages, but the internet is just moving way too slow right now for me to do that, so we're going to have to do it with words. One of the things that I did with Scott in the very beginning, and Scott, you want to pop out here with me? One of the things I did with Scott in the beginning was role play. But see, what I did with Scott is I didn't make it an easy conversation. I gave him hard questions. I gave him a hard time is what I did. And I think, Scott, do you think that helped you at all?
Yeah, it's helped me out a lot because I can get through conversations a lot easier and I know what to say now. But like you were saying, like if we have a gift and we don't open it up and then we kind of wonder, hey, why aren't people going through it? I think it's called sign-up karma. You know what I mean? If you don't go through it, why would other people start going through it? Then we wonder, oh man, these people are not going through it. Sign-up karma. That's what happened with me. For the longest time, I wouldn't get people to even look at it. Even go pro. Took me a long time, so
How long did it take you, Scott?
a long time, like 2 years to look at it.
Right. But what happened with Scott is when he finally did look at it, he was excited. He's like, Melody, why didn't you tell me all of this stuff? Well, I could have. I could have told him a whole lot of things. I talk to him every day. I could have told him, I could have verbally vomited all the information on him, but I didn't. Why didn't I? Because I was taught by Robert Hollis Jr., that when we talk too much and we're saying too much information, and we're not just pointing to the expert, to the videos, then what we're doing is we're teaching them that they have to do the same thing if they were going to share it with somebody. And people don't want to do that. People do not want to do that. Our conversations should be genuine with people. And we'll go into a little more detail with that as if you guys want to do that later. But they should be extremely genuine with people, but it shouldn't be strained. And we should keep in mind that we should be saying nothing to people on Facebook in text. Don't react. Don't use words, your verbiage. Don't use anything different than you would in real life, in a real life conversation. Because if you are, then you're not being genuine to yourself, to who you are, right? We don't want to take on another persona. We want to be ourselves. Because eventually they're going to find out that we're not being genuine. And then everything we've ever said to them is going to be looked at or questioned. So that's what I want to say there. Let's see, who else popped on here? Barb, would you like to come out and share with us a little bit of what's going on? I know I hear from you quite a few things, and yesterday you said you had an epiphany, you had a pop.
Yes.
So Barb, would you
yes,
like
very much so. Yeah, I did. I just realized that, I don't know what it was. It was just something that just kind of hit me that, you know, being a Christian, I'm a child of the King, and that I don't have to worry about whether something's going to happen, and that it really is just so useless. And I know Susan and I were talking about being worried, and I said I used to have a plaque that said, "Don't tell me worry doesn't work, because everything I worry about never happens." So I really think that's true. And then I just felt like I got to this point where I just felt like I didn't even care if they signed up. So I felt like I couldn't say the wrong thing. And since then, it's really worked, because I just sort of like, I think I was more relaxed and just, and like this one girl, I just said to her, "You look like a real positive and upbeat person. I'd really like to, you know, connect with you, and maybe we can share some ideas." And then she writes back, "Yes, I want to know what your business is. How do I get in?" I didn't even say anything about a business. So she signed up right away, and she's like, before I could even like practically talk to her, she goes, "I already went through the first 2 videos. What do I do now?" And then I've got another one who's saying the same thing. She called me and said, "Oh yeah, I've been looking for something just like this." And it's like, wow. So it's just like it's actually become easy. And then I was listening to that thing that Randy sent from Robert, where he was talking to Andrew over there in South Africa, and Robert just said, "You know what? Go to all your friends, go to all your emails, anybody, and just say, all you have to do is say, 'Check this out,' and then send him your link." He said, he goes, "If you'll just do that, if you'll send it out to a few thousand people, I guarantee you're going to get people signing up." And the one lady that I got to sign up, that was from a Craigslist ad. And I just said, you know, and I did ask his question, where do you want to work? Do you want to go to school for 4 years, work 40 years, 40 hours a week, and and try to live on a fourth of what you're living on now? Or would you rather work as an entrepreneur for 3 to 5 years and then have unlimited freedom? and I put his overview video in the sign-up sheet, and she told me I watched the whole video, and she goes, normally I don't watch a whole video, but because it was a 50-minute one. She said, normally I don't watch a whole video, but she said he was so genuine I kept watching. So that really worked out good. And I said, I'm a test.
How much did you say, Barb? How much did you say with her? What did you share with her?
With the girl, well, with the girl on Facebook, all I said was I'd like to. She looked really like a positive, upbeat person, and I'd really like to get to know her, connect with her, and get to know her a little better, and maybe we could share ideas, business ideas, or something like that. And she wrote back and said, "Yeah, I'm interested." She goes, "What's your business? Tell me what's the next step. What do I do?" And I was like, "Okay." And then the other girl on, I just wrote that article, or I sent that on Craigslist, and she answered on Craigslist, and it was a longer link, the longer video of him doing that overview that he gave us. And she said, I don't usually watch a video that long, but it was, he seemed so genuine, I just kept watching. So that's pretty much, and so now they're both ready, looks like they're both ready to go really a lot further. And the other lady on Facebook, her family just got there, so she goes, "I'm so excited to get to know you," and she said, and I had said the same to her, and so she said as soon as her family leaves, she's going to call, we're going to call each other, and she wants me to tell her what to do next.
Awesome. And were both of those people on the same day?
Yes, yeah, today.
The law of attraction is starting to work for you.
Yes, I think so. I think I'm finally getting it.
Right, but now you have that mentality, you have that attitude where you're not talking to people and going, "Gosh, I hope they pro, I hope they pro, I hope they look." Now you've kind of just set it aside and said all you can do is share with people, and it's up to those people. It doesn't matter who looks. I mean, we want to touch as many lives as we can, but we can't force somebody, and that's what we need to realize. And once I got that attitude that I didn't care, I don't care if they ever pro. I don't care if they don't go through all of the training. I don't care if they don't put their information in my back office. I feel bad for them.
Right.
But I just continue to talk to somebody new. I don't spend 20, 30 minutes talking to somebody on a Facebook chat. Scott, what's your average time of talking to somebody when you're building rapport?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. It just depends, but I form them and get to sharing the stories as quick as possible now. Like 30 minutes. I could get someone to enroll. Okay,
so I know the answer to this question because we just talked about this, and I think you mentioned it on the Q&A last night, but for anybody who has missed it, what do you say to them?
I'll say, "Hello, Melody. The reason why I'm messaging you is because I seen you on Jim Rohn. How long have you followed Jim Rohn for?" And then I end it by saying, what do you currently do? Question mark.
What percentage of people respond to that?
A lot more responding to that message because I'm telling them why I'm messaging them, and I'm asking, and I'm saying where I found them, and then I'm asking them what they do. So more likely, when you're telling that message to people, they're more likely to get back to you.
Right. Because most people think if you're friending them, if you're starting a conversation with them, they're going to think you're like all the other network marketers out there, all the other marketers, and you're just going to try to sign them up with something, with your business. And that's why I think it's very, very important for us to focus on when you are getting to know somebody to give those gifts out, to give the website with, the audios of the Science of Getting Rich, you know what, this is what I've been doing with people, and it really works. And because a lot of people have been in network marketing, and this is when I'm talking to network marketers, okay? You can tell if they're network marketers. It has it in their about. You can see their postings on their wall, all of that. But when I find out somebody's a network marketer, I'll ask them. I simply ask them, what is their personal favorite when it comes to training and personal development? Do they have a favorite training or book that they could recommend to me? Because I love to learn. See, I made this commitment this year to work on me, to become a better version of myself. So I asked them, what was the most helpful to you? So, I'm looking up to them for advice. People love that. So to reciprocate, all I do is I share with them, I'll share with them something that helped me. And that's the website that Robert had given out the other day, www.upsogr.com. This is something that really helped me. If somebody said, oh yeah, I've read that, or I have that, and I say, oh great, then now you have it to give away to somebody that you think can benefit from it. See, I haven't shot on my link. So, it's just, I ask them for their advice, what helped them, and then I reciprocate with giving them something that helped me. You think everybody on here can do that? See, what did Robert do? Robert just decided he was going to be the biggest giver, right? So if we do the same, do you think maybe we'll get the same results? What's it all about? People getting to know, like, and trust us. So if we're just giving and giving and giving, people are going to get to know, like, and trust us. Does anybody else have anything they want to share with us? Come on, team. I look forward to hearing from you.
Can I add something?
Absolutely.
I think the importance of introducing people to you is very important, because I wanted to be the one-man show and I wasn't getting results. And the second that I started introducing people to you, that's when I started getting results. So I think the importance that when you get new people, you have to introduce them to Melody right away. Otherwise, you're just handicapping yourself. So I just want to kind of throw that in there.
Right. Yeah, I know we were talking about different ways that we had handicapped ourselves in the past, Scott. And I'm guilty of doing the same thing. And I do remember there was a time that there were a lot of people that you were bringing in or that you were introducing to. And then what we did is we started using each other, using that expert from afar, using Junior, using, it's so important just not for us to be the deal when we're sharing with somebody.
Melody?
So important, yes?
At what point do you share? When you say share, you mean like introduce them to you, right?
Hi, Susan. Glad you're here. Can you ask that question again? I missed
At what point, how do I transition into introducing them to you? Is that what
introducing them to me?
Is
right.
That
well, what you want to what you want to do is that as you're getting leads in your back office, for starters, I know, and there might be some new people watching, and I think there are, that we need to make sure that we're connecting with them. Send them that welcome email. Have your welcome video ready to share with people right away, and then connect with them. Have a conversation with them. Either call them up on the phone and welcome them, or find them on Facebook or through email if you have to. Ask them, are you connected to Facebook, and can we connect there? But you want to share stories. you want to share stories, and I know Scott shares my story a whole lot. So when he shares my story, and then he can say, you know, I'd really like to introduce you to my friend Melody, then that's when he connects them. Scott, how long do you wait before you connect?
Well, I wait till they actually start going through the information before I introduce them to you, because it's got to be worth it to Melody. If they're not even watching any info and you just put them on a call with them, I don't think it's fair to Melody.
Sure.
So I always wait till at least they've looked at the overview or gone through some of the daily training. If they've done that, then go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
No, I'm just saying at that point is when I introduce them to Melody.
Right, but if you're a newbie, if you're just learning and you're still not comfortable, you know, and being, what if they ask me a question or this and that? If they do have questions for you, then tell them. Just be honest with them. I'm just starting. I'm just learning. So let me introduce you to Melody. She can get those questions answered for you. Let me introduce you to Scott. Let me introduce you to Robert Hollis Jr. and we'll get those questions answered for you. Scott, I know in the very beginning, too, you had people that were in your leads that weren't actually going through the training, or maybe they've looked at one or two, and then you were able to connect them with me, and then we were able to get them going forward, correct?
Yeah.
And so sometimes, you know, we just need that little bit, we need a little help in the beginning, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. So don't feel like, you know, it's going to be a waste of my time, because, you know, I'm here to help you as best as I can, but the goal is to get you to be able to be comfortable in connecting with those people. And if I want to reiterate this too, and I said this last night, if you guys have leads in your back office and you haven't been able to connect with them and you need somebody to, I'm here to help you do that. I kind of want to get it back on track here of what we say to people. Does anybody else have any questions when it comes to what we say to people? No? Everybody knows what to say? Okay, then why don't we just move on to objections? It's so funny because I've got like 20 messages in my inbox right now asking me, what do you say? And nobody wants to come out and ask what to say.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
The approach that I just said, Cindy, how well is it working for you?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Are you you talking about the initial contact that I make when I find people?
Yeah, remember the message I tell you to send? How's that working for you?
Actually, I think it's starting to work. I've just started really refocusing the last 2 days on getting my 20 people, my 20 contacts a day. And initially, when I'm meeting people, the first thing I send out to them is like what Scott said, is I say, I'm just reaching out to you because I see that you're also a fan of Jim Rohn or Robert Kiyosaki. How long have you been following them? And I wait for their response. And I've been really amazed since going to these gentlemen's page, the quality of people that I'm getting. I'm getting out of 20 people, I'm getting probably 10 people that are replying, and they're not just pitching me, they're asking me in return what I do. And then I send the message out that Scott recommended, is that we're here, you know, what we do is we help people to help with their, grow their business, and now I just lost my train of thought, their potential, help them with their potential and to grow their business. And I have some people that ask, what do I mean by that? And others don't even respond. But that's okay. I still use that same approach.
So proud of you, Cindy.
Thanks.
I've seen so much growth in you. I can't, you know, it's just so exciting. So exciting.
Thank you.
So, okay, I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Because I did want to do the role play, the conversation here for everybody to be able to see, but like I said, it just makes the computer go so slow, especially with so many people online. I've been trying to do this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do it verbally. So if you guys want to get a pen and paper out and maybe take some notes, then this would be a good time to do that. Any volunteers that want to do a role play? 2 volunteers?
Sure.
1. Danielle? Doug? Okay, Danielle and Doug, why don't you guys come out? In fact, I'm going to see how you guys do this first, and then we're going to talk about it, okay?
Okay, so what do you want? My internet's cutting in and out a lot. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting choppy, so I just want to make sure I know what we're doing.
So Danielle, okay. I've heard that it's only people at
wait. Let's just let's just clear it up for her since she didn't hear, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like you and Doug are typing to each other. Doug is approaching you. Doug is with Unlimited Profits. You are not.
Okay.
Oh, no, actually, let's do it the other way around. Danielle, you're with Unlimited Profits, and Doug is not.
Okay. And is there any particular place I've met him? Because most of my contacts are right now are warm market. You know, I'm already friends with them. So should be a cold market, like on a page or something.
Right, but see, what you guys need to understand is the training that we're getting for Unlimited Profits is to give us an unlimited amount of cold contacts, so we never run out to be able to approach people we don't know. So I hope that we're all doing that. Because our warm market will run out eventually. And I'll tell you, a lot of times the cold market is a lot better than our warm market. Because people want to see what kind of success we've had. If they know us and they've seen us go from one thing to another sometimes, they've seen our struggles as well as our successes. So, yeah, you know, I can go to any one of my family members right now and all of them are going to go, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Right? Because they know of all the challenges I had. They know of all of my struggles. They know of my failures. So right now what we're going to do is you're going to approach Doug. And Doug, I want you to be in XYZ network marketing company. And I want you to not necessarily jump on board with her. I want you to give her a few objections that maybe you hear from people.
Okay.
So let's just see how we can combat that. So Danielle, you can go ahead and hit up Doug, and you're both on Eric Worre's page. You both follow Eric Worre.
Okay. Happy Thursday, Doug. I noticed that you were on Eric Worre's page today. I'm an avid friend of his. How long have you been following him?
I just, not very long. I just noticed his page, and I'm kind of browsing around. Not real sure yet.
Did somebody introduce you, or how did you come about finding him?
No, I just ran across it when I was browsing the internet, looking for work.
You're looking for something to do?
Yes, something in my spare time.
Okay, got you. What do you do right now?
I do personal training, fitness training.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. How long have you been in that profession?
Close to 20 years now.
Oh, that's a long time, so you must really love what you do. You love helping people?
Yeah, well, yes, have to talk to people to get them to sign up.
So is it because you're looking for more income because it's just not paying the bills, or?
I just want to start saving a little bit of money.
Oh, that's a great reason to do that. Now, are you saving this for just you, or do you have a family as well?
Me and the girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, Eric Worre is a great resource. I actually am really excited because I've known him for a while, and my mentor, somebody that's helping me to do what you're looking for, Doug, make money from home, has worked with him as well. I'd love to share a little bit about how Eric Worre works with my mentor. It might be something that'd be up the alley of what you're looking for. I can't promise you anything, but I'd be happy to share it with you and see if it will help show you a way to make money from home.
Well, so I heard that these MLM companies, that most of the people that make the money are at the top.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny thing. That's not necessarily true. It's just that they're more visible. There's all kinds of different people. For example, I work with some incredible people, a mom that's had kids and was really sick for a long time, and she's been working from home. She's in like the top 2% of income earners in the world. You know, she doesn't have any special backgrounds or anything like that. I have another young man that with our company, he hit the second income spot. Never made money, a really young person. So that might be what you're hearing, but it's not true. And I'd love to show you how we're changing the face of that.
So how much money do you make?
Well, it's not about how much I make. I make enough to pay my bills, and I'm comfortable where I'm at. You might have a different paycheck amount that you're comfortable with. So it's not really about you looking at what I make. What I do is I point you to people that are making more or where you might be comfortable.
I see. I'm not really good with this technology thing. You know?
Well, you and I are talking. That's about as good as you need to be right now to be able to figure out the next step, and we'll show you anything else you need to learn along the way.
Okay. And I need to like people, correct?
Well, it helps. I think you must like people if you're a personal trainer. You gotta like them. Well, although you might make their muscles hurt more just to be vengeful. But, you know, yeah, it's great to be in the people business. That's where the most money's made, is building relationships and helping people.
So I'm not going to have to bug my family and friends, am I?
Not unless you want to.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm interested.
Awesome. Well, let me do this for you. I'm going to send you a video. It'll take you about 20. All you're going to do is click right on the link. I'm going to send it to you right now through Messenger. It'll take you about 20 minutes, and you're going to learn how Eric Worre works with my mentor and learn a little bit more about why I'm so passionate and excited to possibly work with you. We'll see.
Thank you very much.
That was excellent, guys. Excellent. So, has anybody else ever got objections like Doug gave to Danielle? Danielle, awesome job. Awesome job.
He made it to me.
And I really did put you on the spot there. I didn't even think that you were going to make it back, so I didn't even think you were going to be here. This is awesome. Great job, Doug. Has anybody else had objections like that? Anybody want to share? Anybody want to say yes? Raise your hand. Nobody's getting objections. This is awesome. Wow, our team's going to grow real fast.
No, I saw Jennifer raise her hand.
Oh, okay, I see you there, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, why don't you pop out with us?
Hello.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Is Bailey taking a nap?
Maybe.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
So, Jennifer, what kind of objections have you gotten in the past?
Well, I get the objection that I don't have time, or I don't have money, or I don't know enough. Those are the top three for sure.
Mm-hmm. Don't know enough about what?
About the business, about what needs to be done.
So if somebody tells me that they don't have time, what I tell them is, I was in the same situation. My plate was extremely full. I was extremely busy. But once I realized and saw the value of what was here, and the results that I was getting, then all of a sudden my time started opening up, and I had more time to do the things that I wanted to do. For instance, you know, in my network marketing company, I was spending a lot of time training and talking to people that came into the business, but and searching for customers, hustling to search for customers. Since I started going through the training and the mentorship program, I found that not only are people seeking me out on the internet, so now I have customers coming to me, which is a dream. And now I just took everybody and I plugged them into Robert Hollis's training, his free training program, because I can only teach them as good as the results that I was getting. But being able to plug them into somebody who is documented, not only to have success for themselves, but documented into creating other successful people in those 45 other millionaires, then I figured, you know, why cheat them, being that 97% of all network marketers fail. So why not have the best of the best, the cream of the crop, train them so they have half of the chance of building a foundation. And then it relieves all of that time from me.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Right. See, you know, I think people think that only people that have nothing else to do can do this. Trust me, I have a lot to take care of besides just sitting here in the front of the computer. I have a lot of responsibilities, even though my children are grown and gone from home now. Not like Bailey, who's 4 years old and running around and controlling a lot of your time. But I still have other responsibilities. I have a lot of things that I need to take care of. You know, I'm in a home that I have to take care of by myself. That takes time in itself.
Yeah, it sure does.
Right? So we all have responsibilities. We all have time restrictions. It's a matter of simplifying it and creating time slots for ourselves by making things easier with the information that we're getting through the training. What was the other thing? They don't know enough, or they don't have money.
Right.
Well, that's great, because I'm giving this to you as a gift. This is my gift to you because it really helped me so much. I'm going to give it to you. So it's not going to cost you any money.
Yeah, they can't find an excuse with that.
Right. If they say that they don't know enough, you know, I was in the same situation. And this is so simple. All you have to do is learn how to push play on a video. And you're going to get all the information you need to know, all the information you need to become a better you.
Thank you. That clears up some of those objections.
Good. Anybody else? Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah. Cindy, did you raise your hand?
Yeah. The only one I used to get more of, I don't get it as much now that I'm going through like Jim Rohn and Robert Kiyosaki pages, because they are people there that are already seeking outside training. But what I used to get a lot were people saying, oh, I've already got my own training, my own mentor, or my company discourages going outside of our company for training. So I don't get it as much now, like I said, because people that I'm going to now are already looking for outside trainers. They're obviously not getting all they need where they're currently at, so they're looking for more.
You know, Danielle and I have been talking about this a lot, and I don't know if you caught that, Danielle, but, you know, I think it's unfortunate that anybody can tell me who or how much I'm allowed to work on myself, how much education I'm allowed to get myself. See, I feel like if it doesn't take away from the company, why wouldn't a company, and I know we've all had this discussion, but why wouldn't an entity of a company want their people to become better, sharpen their skills, know more, have a better chance of success that will benefit the company? So Danielle, we had a really hot and heated conversation about this just recently. Do you want to? I know it would probably be a good vent for you here.
Yes, I vent about this quite a bit. So one of my biggest ones because I happen to be my other company is going through this process right now, and it's, what's a nice word I can use? Pissing us off. That's about the nicest adult word I know how to say right now. And it's like, how dare somebody put a limit on what I can do? So my comeback with people right now is, it's really interesting. What I found over the years through the number of different mentors I've learned a little piece of this, a little piece of that from, the most successful long-term leaders in the industry are the ones that are always learning from all kinds of sources. They don't limit their mind to one or two people. They're open to everybody because somebody may just say something a certain way that their own leader or trainer just didn't get to them. And in fact, Robert did that the other day with the Diamond Group. He sent out the doorway, and he says, I've been saying it and saying it, and yet I can put this video, and you might see just this little thing said a certain way at the right time, and it just pops for you. So I kind of use that with them, and then I ask them questions. Have you ever listened to Jim Rohn? Have you ever listened to Tony Robbins, Les Brown? I'll name off a whole slew of them. Well, then you've had all kinds of mentors. So has that helped you? What books are you reading? What are you doing in your life to make you better? Do you go to church? You're listening to a mentor at church. You're listening to somebody teach you at church. So we're not limited unless we allow that. And quite frankly, I'm one step away from leaving the company I'm with because of it. Because anybody starts mandating who I'm allowed to learn from, I'm sorry. Can't have it. Was that a good enough vent?
That was. And, if people are so tied to their company and they're so ruled by not bettering themselves, not working on themselves, outside of that, I like to challenge them and ask them, well, who in your company is mentoring you? What qualifications do they have? I found that it was really important for me to find somebody who was documented in helping other people have that success. So I hope that you have that for yourself there. Because I know I can only teach somebody, I can only help somebody to maybe have the same success that I have. That's why I look to Robert. That's why I point to Robert. So, and guys, when people start having those kind of conversations with you, it's okay to talk to them a little bit, but don't spend a lot of time. We don't need to twist arms. We don't need to try to convince anybody. And if somebody is not going to see value or be thankful for what you send them, then don't waste your time. It's just beating you up. There are so many people out there, and it really is just a numbers game. There are so many people out there that are waiting for and looking for something like this. And I know Randy, how many people have you? Is Randy still there? Yeah. I know Randy, I know Barb just shared with us how many people have said to us just recently, I have been looking for something like this for so long. So we're sharing until we find those people that are going to, they're looking for this. This is going to help them. They're open to it. I can't see who this is over here. Oh, okay. So, yeah, go ahead, Danielle.
I wanted to add one more thing to that, and I love to share this as often as possible. When you first approached me about 8 months ago, I was just totally not open. I was very wrapped up with my company. I was trying to save teams. I was trying to stay on course. I wasn't looking left or right. I was afraid, oh my gosh, I'm trying to be recruited into something. I had all these other thoughts going through my mind because I knew you were a professional networker and I knew who you were with. And so sometimes people aren't ready to rescue themselves from their own disasters, and that was me. I was one of those. And I'm so thankful Melody didn't stop dripping on me. I can't say that enough to people, is that she consistently and persistently, a little bit at a time, came back around and said hi again. And over time, she finally caught me at the right time when I realized I needed to help and I needed to participate in my own rescue.
Yeah, and that's one thing you guys want to make sure that you do. If somebody flat out tells you no, they're not interested, or they just won't look, or they're just not interested. Don't unfriend them. Don't stop being friends with them. Don't lose that connection. Don't burn that bridge. Because if I had done that with so many people, with Danielle, with Scott, then I would have never had the opportunity to really give them something that they do find value in, that is life-changing to them. So, when you're going through your friends and you're just deleting people, be careful it's not somebody that can be, that is one of those people that you shared with, that maybe you'll see them post something that they're going through a hard time or they lost their job. And you can reach out to them and say, look, I'm sorry this is happening for you. But I found in myself, when doors close, that other doors open. And just be a friend to them. It doesn't mean share your link with them that day. It means just be a friend. Support one another. And I can't stress that enough. It's so important for us to genuinely be friends with people. Tony, I see you there. Do you have anything to share? And I know we've got several people watching online. If you guys have already shared, if you could maybe, in fact, except for Danielle and Doug, I'm going to ask you two to stay. But can you go back to the watch link and watch on there so other people can maybe come on with maybe some of the questions or their objections that they've been getting, and so they can click onto that live link. Scott, will you repost that live link for me on the watch page? That would be awesome. Scott, I need you to stay here too. Tony, I see you there. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So kind of going along those lines, I'm grateful that Scott continuously, reached out to say hi to me and to see how I was doing. He could see my Facebook page and he knew, over time that it was happening. But so anyway, not to take more time. Thank you, Scott, for always saying hi. But anyway, so how do you reach out to people who you know would be interested in it, like on your friends list? I mean, I have a lot of people that are doing well in their businesses, and I know that this would benefit them in a lot of ways. So how can you, without just giving them the same spiel that you would give to someone that you don't know? Yeah.
Well, this is how I shared it with Scott. Scott was a really good friend of mine, and I knew he could benefit from this. Okay? So what I did is I was just genuinely enthusiastic about what I had found and how it was benefiting me. I might see a video, Robert might have done a video or a training, and I'd share with him what I learned and how it helped me. Was I shooting him all the information all the time? No. But I was genuinely enthusiastic about what I had and the changes I was getting in my life.
Perfect.
So
Thank you.
it's not just cramming it to them like, you need this, you need this. No, this is what I have, and this is how I'm benefiting from it. So it's a whole other approach, and they don't put up that wall in front of them to block you from sharing it from them. Get them to want to ask you for it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna jump off so someone else can jump in.
Okay. All right. Good to see you, Tony. I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
Susan, do you have any questions? And you know, guys, before I let Susan talk here, if you're watching and you want to join live, the link is posted there under the video that you're watching. So pop on and join us. Okay, we want to hear from everybody. I know we've got some new people on our team that are there. We want everybody to get to know you so we can all connect, and you can see what a great support team we have in our Melody's team family. So, Susan, can you unmute yourself, sweetie? Do you have anything to say? Well, Scott, well, you are my team family.
All right.
You're my black diamond. Yeah. You're more shiny than everything. So proud of you, Scott. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Melody. Well, I'm learning a lot today. I'm still at square one, and I still need to, really get my feet wet so that I'll have more questions and objections to bring to you. But I have more of an idea what to do.
Okay, good. Good. Does anybody have any questions on, I know we talked about this before, but, to be able to just chat with somebody on Facebook that might be your friend, you might be connected to them, but you haven't connected to them before. You've never really chatted with them. Maybe you have mutual friends, and somehow they wound up to become your friend. How do we approach somebody like that? Anybody? Go ahead, Scott.
Didn't you teach us one thing? Do you hear an echo? I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
Okay. Didn't you teach us form?
Right. Form, but I just love reaching out to people that, gosh, guys, they're your friend already. They're already there. So don't hesitate to reach out to them and just say, look, I noticed we have mutual friends. We've been friends for who knows how long, and we've never chatted. I just wanted to reach out and wish you a great day, and I look forward to getting to know more about you. If you do that to everybody you're connected with on Facebook right now, and you're going to get responses from people. Those are going to be new conversations that you're going to be able to use form to get to know them, where they live, get to know their family. What do they do? What do they do for fun? And what motivates them? It's the same conversation I have with everybody, guys. And it really keeps things, it keeps things nice and neat and tidy. It builds a pattern. It builds a habit. And when you're talking to people, so each time you talk to somebody new, it's not as hard as it was. You get better at it and better at it and better at it, and more comfortable at it. And then you become more effective in gaining their trust, their friendship, and a great friend. So, Doug, do you have anything to say? I see nobody else is popping on here, and we're getting to where we've been here long enough.
Well, let's see. Guess I can give you a couple more objections, Melody. So, is this something that I have to ask my spouse about?
Is it something I'd have to ask my spouse about? Well, if personally, I would. It's not like I would ask, but I would let them know that, look, I found this great resource of being able to educate myself. It depends. Do they have to ask their spouse to go to school? Because this is Unlimited Profits University. Right?
Okay, well, because I'm not a salesman.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I say because I'm not a salesman.
That's good, because you know what? I'll tell you, salespeople are the worst at this. I'm not a salesperson either. I don't like sales, and that's one of that's one of the greatest things I love about this is I don't have to sell a thing.
Okay. Is there too much competition out there?
Competition. Well, you know, there's lots of other training, but see, what the one difference between us and everything else is we have Robert Hollis. You know, this guy is a best-selling author. He's a multimillionaire, best known for creating 45 Millionaires. Can you tell me anybody out there right now that has a training or a mentoring program right now that has created 45 Millionaires?
No, I don't think I can. I don't know Eric Worre's statistics where you found me at, but.
Well, let me ask you this. You know, I love Eric Worre, but how many people have access to him mentoring them on a daily basis other than his videos?
Yeah. He has a 90-day program that he just launched, but he wants $1,000 for it, you know?
I say, you know, get your mentoring, get your training anywhere you can. But if you want somebody to personally work with you like I did, because I needed a bigger change in my life. I wanted to take my life to the next level. I needed that person one-on-one with somebody who was going to show me exactly what they did, tell me what to say, so I could be more successful at what I want to do.
Okay, well, you know, I have had a few friends that have lost a lot of money doing this.
Well, there again, you know, this is a gift. I'm giving this to you. I'm not going to ask you for a dime.
Well, but how are you going to make money if you don't ask me for any money?
Let me share a video with you.
Okay.
Don't try to explain it, guys. Just share the videos, point to the videos, share the information, get them on a live event. And that's the last point I want to make with you guys today, is if you're not utilizing the live events to keep yourself connected, if you're not going through that training, you're making it harder for yourself. You really are. Whatever Robert and Bill teach in that training, whatever Robert Hollis Jr. teaches in those in the events, if you do what they do, you're going to get the results that they got. So if there's nothing from anybody else, I want each and every one of you to know that I love you and I'm here for you, and just reach out to me anytime. And I'll see you when I see you.
You're awesome, Melody. Thank you. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Great call.
Thank you. Bye, Bearded Wonder.